So what is the Internet of Things and how does it affect your business potential cyber liability risk? Well, the Internet of Things is a term that loosely describes devices other than traditional computing devices. Like you see laptops and desktops and even cell phones as being document or devices connected to the internet. There are many other devices that connect to the internet. Your Sonos system in your house for audio. Maybe you may have a Ring doorbell. You may have security cameras. Some smoke detectors are connected to the internet. Within your business, you may have equipment. It can even be file cabinets, key machines, manufacturing devices, complicated and very simple devices. Sometimes even light switches and thermostats are connected to the internet. The reason why this Internet of Things, or IoT, is important to be aware of is each one of those devices is a potential entry point for security risks, for hacking. And if they're not protected properly or not firewalled off, a malicious actor, basically a hacker or a ransomware writer, can use one of these very innocuous devices to get into your server. So if at your business, your door lock system is connected to the internet, just to keep track of people coming and going and maybe tracking the number of visitors that come to your business or when your employees go into certain departments, that device that's connected to the door has to connect to your server and to the internet to manage all this data. Well, now an actor, a hacker, can use that device as a means to get into your server, and there's not always good firewalls for these systems. Many of these systems are connected using an SDK, which is a software development kit. So there's a series of code that goes into this device. The problem is once that device is sold and delivered to the client, those SDKs are not always updated with the proper patches or security. So you may have 40 or 50 IoT devices within your company that you may not even be aware of all of them. And half of them may not be fully updated with security patches like your computers are, or your cell phone is, or even your printer. So being aware of this Internet of Things risk structure would be a good way to prevent your company from having a loss, having an intrusion, having a breach. How do you do it? Well, first you need an inventory, a census of all these devices, and your server can provide that. It knows what devices are connecting to it. And then you can go around and look at each one of these devices to see if it's updated. More importantly, you probably want to change the connection to your server so it can only do the minimum required connection to the server. For example, you don't want your smoke detector downloading your customer file. You don't want your time clock connecting to your accounts payable. You only want it to be able to connect the very limited data pathway, the bandwidth, that is needed to function the device. You don't want it to do anything more than that. Because if it can, now it's an open door into your entire system. So be aware of the Internet of Things. Every time you add a device that's looking for a password or looking for your Wi-Fi login or that's looking for your server credentials, be aware that you're also giving your complete access to your system to that device, and by extension, anything that can connect to that device, either by Bluetooth, through another network node, or from outside your company. If you have questions or comments about this video, put them in the section below so we can answer more questions about your business cybersecurity inquiries.